Hello, hello. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening to those on the East Coast joining us today. We're so happy you're able to be here. I'm Nurit. I'm the Executive Director of the Music Forward Foundation. And we have with us today in the audience educators, K through 12, post-secondary. We have high school and college students, industry professionals, partners, funders, and young people with just a passion for music from around the country. We're here from Nevada, Louisiana, Florida, Texas, Illinois, California, and more. And we're excited to give you all a sneak peek into our fall program series. 27 years ago, this organization was built as the International House of Blues Foundation, rooted in the knowledge and respect of the Black community's integral contribution to music and culture. We condemn all racist actions towards Black people, period. But having evolved into Music Forward 6 years ago, we recognize and are anchored in the fact that a diverse and inclusive music industry is critical in ensuring its vitality and evolution. And we are laser focused on workforce development, giving access and opportunity to break the barriers of gender, poverty, and race into the industry. Programming events in real life was at the heart of our work at Music Forward, as you guys saw in some of the photos that we showed in the pre-roll. And we have rolled with reality, rediscovering and reimagining what engagement, mentorship, and job shadows mean to us now. While we can't bring young people to the music industry, we are bringing the music industry directly to them. Since COVID-19, we have pivoted our programming toward the digital space, showcasing live performances, panels, workshops, and a video-on-demand series designed to offer content and practical experiences to develop creativity, critical thinking, collaboration, and communication skills that prepare youth to confidently enter any field as leaders and innovators. Now, not confined by geography, we are excited to grow our community and reach while staying relevant to the industry and truly responsive to the young people we serve. To the educators on this call, come with me on a little garden metaphor, please. We know the past 6 months has veered from unreal to surreal and everything in between. You have spent the past 6 months in the dirt, right? Head down, cultivating the ground, making sure it's good and healthy, nutrient rich, but you haven't been given the opportunity to step back and watch your beautiful students grow and see their beauty. We here at Music Forward, we want to come in with our hands, get in the dirt with you, work it for you, get into that muck so you can step back and feel that glow. And help build this garden as a community together. And thank you for indulging me on that metaphor. So throughout our time together today, please ask questions. Drop them in the Q&A at the bottom here, and I'll pop back on at the end to help answer some of them. To take you through our programs, our intent, and the opportunity we have in store for you this fall, here is Music Forward's Director of Programs, Laura Clark.
I am really happy to be here and to share with everyone today some of the work that we are prepared to do this fall in our digital world, as Nurit mentioned. I'm going to move rather quickly, so I just want to remind everyone on this call, feel free to drop your questions into the Q&A. We will get to those at the end rather than stop during this presentation. So, as Nurit mentioned, since COVID-19, Music Forward has pivoted into programming in the digital space, showcasing panels, workshops, and performances utilizing Zoom, YouTube, our social media channels, with all of our resources available online to teachers and students to help them stay connected, inspired, and learning in a digital environment. With our unique access to the music industry and our focus on developing those 21st century skills, We will continue to support workforce development and career exploration with that ultimate goal of contributing to a diverse and thriving music industry. Really, workforce development is at the core of what we do as an organization. We focus our work on young people between the ages of 13 and 22 from diverse backgrounds, with a particular focus on youth from underrepresented and underserved communities. And whether we are supporting young creatives, future crew members, or business leaders, we focus our outcomes on those developmental 21st century work skills. And this is done in part by connecting participants directly to the music industry professionals in our programs. The roster of our industry professionals is curated in order to represent professionals from very diverse backgrounds, and this will allow our participants to see themselves as future leaders and innovators. Since going digital in March, Music Forward has hosted more than 2,600 participants and 140 music industry professionals. We have incorporated real-time content related to how the industry is changing and evolving due to the pandemic, and the results that pause has had on live concerts, tours, and festivals. This immediate feedback will further prepare our young people to focus on new areas of opportunity and growing areas of opportunity, and think about their applicable skills and interests, and be all the more prepared to adapt in order to find success in this always evolving music industry. You see here some of our program details. We will be hosting live sessions Tuesday through Friday, beginning on September 14th, and we will run through the 14th of December. Hard to believe I'm saying those dates. Summer is over, everybody. It is 13 weeks of programming that will also include a library of on-demand content that will be available on our YouTube channel. This allows for synchronous as well as asynchronous learning throughout the school year, and it allows for classroom learning as well as independent learning. This modular programming should support semester planning and really provide those supplemental resources that are needed for career exploration in the music industry. All of our programs fit into 4 overarching content paths that include the creative process, marketing and branding, live and studio production, and monetization and the fan experience. Within those pathways, each week will represent a theme, and you can see just a small sample of those. And again, they will air live on Zoom webinar and then be available as video on demand and within a week or so. Just getting mesmerized by all those lovely faces on that slide there. So a sample of our weekly themes is demonstrated here. You can see that we start Tuesday with our panel sessions, and then we move into our career development and our artist development. Fridays are a rotating schedule. Every other Friday is our open mics, and you can learn a little bit more about that from our staff coming up. And then we'll have special programming on those other Fridays that will include things like office hours with industry professionals, as well as some professional development or internships and young professionals, resume writing as well. And we'll be able to provide those schedules to you on our website. And Molly will go into that in just a little bit when we get to her section of the presentation. Now, during our career development, it's more of an overview of the industry at large. And during career development, we're focusing on professional pathways, soft skill development, and gaining that deeper understanding of the day-to-day responsibilities in the working world. And then artist development takes the artist perspective, and the content focuses on that understanding of not only the creative process, but the business of music creation and performance that prepares these young people to enter that professional journey of the working musician. We know that access to networks of like-minded peers and professionals and the understanding of pathways into the industry are critical steps for our high school and college participants. So we really focus on providing those tools and those spaces throughout all of our programs. You see here we have just a few samples of some of the modular materials that will be available. So we have All of our content will align with learning standards. The packets will include informational one-sheets, activity worksheets, and recommendations for project-based assignments. Some of these examples that you're seeing on the screen now are related to career exploration and planning, and we have some live production, stage plots, and stage presence as well. And again, really focusing on getting students to consider not only what's available in the industry, and that is something that we discover daily, that young people don't even necessarily understand the breadth of opportunity, and then how their own skills and characteristics can align, and giving them the tools that empower them to pursue their passions. Okay. Now, I want to just end this part of the presentation by letting everyone know that although we are fairly new to the digital landscape, Music Forward has been supporting young people in our communities for more than 25 years, as Narit mentioned, and we take security and privacy very seriously. We do have safety protocols in place for our digital programs, as well as for our mentoring and coaching sessions. Okay, now with that, I would like to take a moment to introduce our program staff. You've been given an overview, and they are going to share additional insight into our unique offerings.
Thanks, Laura. Hi, everyone, and thank you all so much for being here today. My name is DeMarco White, and what drives me to build programming with Music Forward is my passion to create opportunities for college students to connect to the music industry. Now, I work to produce unique opportunities such as our Music Forward industry sessions, mentorships, job shadows, and internships, with really the simple goal to allow students to gain access to the abundance of careers in today's industry. Now, our virtual panels connect high school and college students to the music industry, and these sessions explore a variety of topics where professionals share knowledge and insight on what it takes to make it in this ever-changing space. Now, through our industry sessions, participants will not only hear from our experts, but can grow their personal and professional networks. We have had notable experts and representation from both independent and corporate music industry businesses. And these sessions have hosted professionals from Rhapsody Records, Live Nation Entertainment, Columbia Records, and Rock Nation. Our weekly sessions kick off our themed week of programming and are meant to give insight into the industry and provide an overview of the myriad of careers both on and off the stage. Now, for a more in-depth look into our career pathways, we have our artist and career development workshops. But before we hear from Nick on our artist development workshops, I want to give you a look into our sessions. Here's a clip of the importance of digital branding industry session.
Whether you're an artist or a brand, it's about creating that world. Like, what's your world look like visually? And then think about that world through touch points. So whether it's your fans experiencing your world through Instagram or through TikTok or through the bottom of this cup, think about every moment someone's gonna come in touch with your brand. How do you show up? I think if you think about it that way, whether you're an artist or brand, it kind of helps put things in perspective on how you should be putting your brand forward.
Thanks, DeMarco. Hello, everyone. Nick Henderson here. I am super excited to be speaking with you all today. One of my favorite parts about working with Music Forward is that I get to be a part of a team that helps artists cultivate and develop their talents while also introducing them to industry pros that give them insight into the artist pathway. Also, I just love that we're able to create a community where artists can meet, network, and share their artistry with each other. Music Forward's artist development pathway inspires musical careers by cultivating and celebrating emerging artists, connecting them to industry insiders, and showcasing their talent on our digital platforms. Through workshops, our artists learn about the 4 key areas of the music business, such as creativity, marketing and branding, live and studio production, and tools for monetization. Cha-ching. We have had some amazing talent come through our workshops to share their knowledge and insight on the music industry. And some of these experts include Kat Dahlia, Janine, music executive Eric Shaw, and collectively, these experts have worked with Nicki Minaj, Alicia Keys, Chloe and Halle, Justin Bieber, the list goes on and on. But overall, I'm just super stoked about our fall programming. Here in Music Forward, we not only have pathways for our artists, but also for youth who are interested in careers off the stage that my colleague Robin will go into detail very shortly. But before we get into that, I want to show you all just a brief example of the fundamentals of marketing and branding from the artist's perspective during an artist development workshop. So let's take a look.
I think you have a lot of the content there that you need, which is great. I will say that I think it's hard to read the gray on black. You might want to reconsider how you present the bio to make it a little bit easier to read. Also, your photos, I don't know if those were screenshots taken from video, but they may be a little low res. You always want to have the highest resolution photos that you can for clarity.
We also offer some cool performance opportunities that give young artists the chance to cultivate their creative skills and hone their craft. During our bi-weekly open mic, we invite special industry guests to provide feedback to our young artists to help them better navigate the music industry. So I say we check out a clip from our open mic.
To be doing, is it pursuing music, or am I just fooling myself saying that I can do it? Why was I fed useless information, forced to spit it out like regurgitation? Why this education? Why won't they show us how to make a statement? Why doesn't school tell me about money and contemplation? Why do I love to write? Yeah, why the infinite lyrics and melodies inside? Why do I want to shine? See, I don't know who I'm asking, I don't care, I just want to know why. Mama, looking through my eyes, will somebody tell me why?
Thanks, Nick. Hi there. I'm Robin Martin, and in my role at Music Forward, I have the privilege of working with young people to help inspire careers in the music industry off the stage. I am thrilled to have this time to speak to you all about Music Forward's career development pathway. Our career development programs introduce young people to the variety of careers available in the music industry, connecting their passions to thriving professions. Participants can connect with music industry leaders that provide relevant knowledge and mentorship. Using a positive youth development approach to our programs, we help students gain 21st century learning skills so that they can be successful in any career. In our career development workshops, we've hosted experts from Live Nation, from LinkedIn, Samsung, House of Blues, Twitter, and Ticketmaster, and that's just to name a few. These workshops are designed to develop practical skills and create opportunities to learn industry language and skill sets needed in the ever-evolving music industry. Now, it's been a pleasure to speak with you all today about our programming, and I look forward to having you and your students participate in the fall. Now, here's a look at marketing and branding through the lens of one of our career development workshops.
But you know, working with all kinds of artists, and it's just really a feeling that you get. There's still music. People say music is terrible right now and you can't find anything good, and it's just not true. Like, there's still a lot of music being released all the time that gives you a feeling. You just have to be able to find it, and once in a while, that's our job, is to find it and to share it with you guys. So, you know, it doesn't have to be this big on socials, and it just has to be good, and it has to fit, you know, the aesthetic and the voice that, you know, the site has.
Thanks for the preview, Robin. Hi, I'm Molly from marketing. As you've just heard from my wonderful colleagues, we offer a lot of really great programming, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to sign up for a program yourself. There are two places where you can find our programs. We have a blog that shows a 3-month overview of our up-to-date programs, or you can visit our event calendar that shows everything month by month, so you can sit down with your planner and plan out your weeks of music industry education. For example, if I want to sign up for an artist development workshop, I can easily click on the program I want to go to and simply fill out this quick Zoom form, and just like that, you're registered for our program. If you want to keep updated with us, you can follow us on social media or sign up for our newsletter at the bottom of our page.
What an incredible fall semester we have ahead of us. And here is the whole team that makes the magic happen.
There's a dream team right there. So you've heard from us at Music Forward, and I'd like to now invite some of our community partners to join us and talk about how they're utilizing Music Forward programming in their work. And we also have a wonderful Music Forward alumni that will be joining us to share from a personal perspective their experience with Music Forward. All right, thank you guys for being here, really appreciate it. So I'm going to make some quick introductions. We have some pretty outstanding individuals here with that I want to give some due time to. We have Allison Frenzel. She is a program consultant for the California Department of Education, supporting secondary arts programs and art, media, and entertainment career technical education programs in California. I have to take a breath before I say all of that. We also have Camille Weddington. She is an associate professor for instruction and the entrepreneurship coordinator at the Business and Entrepreneurship Department of Columbia College in Chicago. And then last but certainly not least, we have Brandon Douglas, aka Brand Mauvais, a recent USC graduate, artist, an excellent individual, and Music Forward alumni. So I'd like to start with you, Allison, and the question will be similar for you, Camille. I'd like to know how, over the last years of engaging with Music Forward, whether it's been in real time or digital or a little bit of both, how Music Forward supports the work that you're doing as it relates to engaging youth from diverse backgrounds and identifying and pursuing careers in the music industry.
Great, thank you for that introduction, Laura. So I'm really honored to be here. Actually, Music Forward is now seen as vital to career technical education programs in the state of California. So the arts, media, and entertainment sector serves 231,000 students in the state, and we have about 1,400 teachers teaching in different pathways that cover creative careers. And the services Music Forward has provided has filled a huge gap for our state in terms of having students be able to access authentic work-based learning experiences. And now with this virtual platform, the access has expanded. And so it crosses pathways. It's not just music students, it's students in technical theater programs, it's students in media creation programs. All of the content is so unbelievably relevant for career tech ed and arts education in California. So we've had an access issue in the state, and this is something that it's the haves and have-nots, right? There's districts that are very well funded. We have 977 unique school districts in California, and some are very well funded and have robust industry partnerships, and some don't, and they're struggling for funds, and they don't have the who you know partnerships, right, that some of our more affluent schools and communities have. And so Music Forward has come in and filled that void for our schools that serve diverse populations by providing opportunities that make the pipeline to creative industry it's possible, right? Like, kids don't think it's possible. They're told, yeah, you got to be an accountant, and accountants are important. But if you're a passionate creative, you should be inspired to pursue that as your path. And Music Forward has created that avenue for our students and our teachers. And I noticed a question in the chat that I wanted to address, just because it's something that we've talked a lot about in our state and how students access this. And the thing that I think is really unique and really important about these programs is it can be either a teacher bringing students as a class to these programs, or an interested student who just wants to attend everything. And they've built it so it's open to either opportunity, which also increases access, which we're really appreciative of. So yeah, at this point, I wish there were other industry partners, like our gaming industry. We have a booming game design pathway where kids are really interested in entering this. If this type of thing was available to students across pathways, we would have so many more incredible students knowing that they have the opportunity to enter creative industry, whereas previously they wouldn't have known that or how to break down those walls and doors. So anyways, I'm obviously a big fan.
Thank you. It's a mutual feeling as well, Allison. Thank you so much. And we've really loved developing that relationship with you and your AME folks. Camille, similarly, I'd love to hear from you from the higher ed perspective, how Music Forward has supported the work that you're doing in Chicago.
Absolutely. And what I'm going to do is kind of tag on to the end part of what Allison said as my intro, because she mentioned something so crucial. She talked about access. That's an important buzzword when we talk about diversity and equity and inclusion. And what's so important in that is that the House of Blues provided free access to its programs. It just only depended on a student's drive and their talent. And that's all you really need for any particular endeavor, your drive and your talent. And they provided programs that were really fortified to give students what they need. And your student entry into those programs, it didn't at all depend on something, some stringent or exclusive process to gain entry. So I wanted to say that just up front. Access is so important to the charge in diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, back to me as an educator. I've been with Columbia College for almost 17 years now. And so it's my charge, as you can guess, as an educator, to not just teach, but to inspire and to drive student creativity, to encourage possibility. And so I'm always looking for opportunities and partnerships where I can do just those very things. So in me searching and being the creative teacher that I am, you know, I partnered with the House of Blues many years ago, and just by way of field trips. And so all I can say is that the House of Blues has opened up their programs, their facility to my classes where I teach entertainment marketing, I teach entrepreneurship. They've given us access to the venue in the form of tours. They've taken time with us to have one-on-one conversations with their staff in the marketing department. I mean, how many venues do that? Not a whole lot, not a whole lot. And so to me, that shows the House of Blues commitment to its mission. I mean, like Allison was saying, it says a whole lot when you can partner with organizations who are committed to mission, not just on paper or just in speak, but in their action. So in including our programs that we have at Columbia College by way of inviting us in as an instructor, me in as an instructor, it's just really been vital to me as a teacher in being able to make good on Columbia College's unique value proposition, which is to teach and inspire. So
every student should be so lucky as to have a Chamil in their corner. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Very much. And let's get it down to a participant level here with Brandon. As I mentioned, recently graduated from USC, but is a Dallas native and started with our programs in Dallas and continued to work with us while he was in Southern California. And so Brandon, I'd like to hear from your perspective as a young person. You've been with us for years now, right? You've grown up with us to a certain extent. So tell us a little bit about your journey with Music Forward and how it has supported your personal and professional goals.
Yes. So hello, everybody. I'm Brandon. I've had the privilege to experience Music Forward from a lot of different angles. So it started in high school when I was in a band at the time, when I applied for Bringing Down the House. And that experience was totally revolutionary for somebody who was really just considering just like exploring my musical ideas and stuff. That was like the pat on the back, the validation that I really never thought I would receive that early on in my journey. And so from there, I graduated from high school, went to USC, stayed in touch with Music Forward and with different opportunities, and ended up landing an internship there over the summer. So I got the chance to actually, while I was at USC, intern in LA with Music Forward as a programs intern. And there I was able to help design like a program or a way to track alumni like myself and engage with them and track their progress, as well as just help out with other events like All Access Fest. So being an artist as well as a graphic designer, as well as a producer, I feel like I have a lot to offer in this industry, and I'm still finding where I fit in. But Music Forward has really helped in that in my journey in that way, and not only through the internship or through the programming, but also through the relationships and connections I've been able to build. And that goes for like, as an artist, I've had the chance to perform at different events like All Access Fest, the Live Nation Rooftop, which was legendary. So I feel like I am a part of the family at this point. But I can't say how grateful I've been be able to be a part of this.
Thank you, Brandon. You truly are part of the family. Absolutely. Yes, and if you're looking in chat, please do check out Brandon, and he's got some really fantastic music. So we would be remiss if we didn't promote the talent that we're able to engage in our programs. And so I really want to thank our guest speakers, and would love to spend another 45 minutes talking to you about how wonderful Music Forward is, but we're gonna keep moving on, but definitely look forward to working with all of you throughout this school year. And Brandon, we can't wait to see what your next step in your journey is. So keep it going, and keep in touch with us, please. So we're gonna go ahead and move into our Q&A at this point. So thank you, speakers, very much. And we'll get Narit back in here, and we've got a lot of questions popping up.
Yep. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. All right, we had some questions pop in during the presentation. We'd love to get to a handful of them right now. And I will present these to Laura, but I will jump in and answer it.
Please, yes.
Oh, yeah, thank you. All right, will we be able to provide promotional materials we can send to our students, was a question. Laura.
Yeah, so a few things. We have a weekly ed drop, we call it, and that will be our schedule of programming, and that can be shared with students. And we definitely encourage everyone to sign up for newsletter. We provide information about what's going on and resources that are available there. So short answer is yes, absolutely. Get on our list and make sure that we have your contact information, and you will get our weekly ed drop. And you can also follow us on our social channels. That really is where we do daily, regular updates on what's happening within the organization.
Right, and can you just expand, because there's questions around logistically how students can sign up? Do they go to the events tab? Is this more a program they sign up for? And talk a little bit about that.
Sure. So in Molly's presentation, she took us really quickly through that registration process. So you can share the link with students to our events calendar or to a specific program, and they just do a simple Zoom registration. Once you sign up for an artist development workshop or a career development workshop or one of our sessions, you will get weekly reminders for the next session that's coming up or the next workshop until you opt out. And you have that opportunity on the registration page to stop receiving that information. But it's a one-time registration essentially, and then you'll get those reminders week over week.
Right. And because our sessions and programs oftentimes happen after youth are dismissed from class. So a teacher is asking, how are these sessions, how do I integrate them into my school instruction?
Yeah, right. So we put out a survey, and thank you to those that are on the call that responded. And we really were trying to figure out what is the best time to offer our live programming, and recognizing that we're serving across the map. So we landed on a 3 p.m. Pacific time for our live program. So it can be assigned for a student to go and watch the live session, or as a post program, it can be brought into what your instruction, your digital instruction, the playback of that video on demand. And then our resource materials, our modular materials, which we'll be getting ready and getting up online for all of you when we launch in September, that's sort of evergreen content that you can then access and use as supplements to those live workshops and sessions.
And where are those related resources available? Tell us.
They will be available on our website under Our Work, the Our Work tab. You'll find them under what's currently our industry insights. And I don't want to speak out of turn because I know we're in web design right now, but it's under our work on our website. You'll have full access to those materials on our website.
And there's no firewall, it's free, it's accessible at any point.
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes.
Excellent. Do we have limited capacity for all of or some of our events?
Well, welcome to digital, everybody. It's limited as we are by the number of attendees, which is really high. We aren't limited in the number of attendees that can come into our workshops and our sessions. We do try particularly in workshops we will vet when people are coming in to ensure that we only have educators and young people in those workshops, but there is not a cap on that. Now, to participate in open mic and those types of things, there's a registration process. Every other week, it's about five artists that are selected for those opportunities. So it's not, that one is a bit more limited in the numbers that can participate, but as an audience, again, the more the merrier in the digital space.
Excellent. And there was a question that came up on how do my students get involved in the performance opportunities?
Yeah, so if you, again, our website, I feel like I'm being a broken record here, hobmusicforward.org. If you go to our work under artist development, there is a link and there's actually a registration form that the young artist completes. And then our staff, you saw Robin, the lovely Robin, and our industry and artist relations manager will be reaching out to those young artists. They go through some coaching sessions prior to the open mic so that they're getting the best sound possible. They're doing some rehearsal in this new and exciting digital live performance space as well.
Excellent. There's a question about, can those older than 22 participate? Right?
Right. So, our focus and our mission is on 12 to 22. And we say our programs are best serving high school juniors and seniors, college freshmen and sophomores. That said, particularly in sessions, those panel discussions, the content we've noticed is really resonating with our college students and our entry-level professionals who are just coming into the industry. So that is a space where we've sort of opened the doors a bit more and allow for slightly older students. But again, in the vein of making sure that our content feels relevant and creating safe spaces for our participants. And some settings, we do try to adhere in the workshop space so that 12 to 22 age demographic. Right. 13 actually, now that we're digital.
Right, and we also understand that college aged can expand a little bit more than just 22. Right?
Yeah, who's graduating in 4 years? Come on. Yeah,
I love that. What opportunities are there for college students beyond these programs that were mentioned today?
Brilliant, yes. So we do have, Brandon talked about it a little bit, we have internships, and we will continue our internships in the digital space, so there'll be remote internships. So we offer internships in the fall and in the spring and in the summer across all of our departments in the organization. So you can be a marketing intern or a programs intern. We have had some interns in some more general spaces, and our internships are set up as project-based internships and can be used for credit for students as well.
And it's open live now. Applications are open.
Yes,
on the
we're
website.
Starting interviewing. Yeah, so
excellent.
No time like now. And again, you can go to our website and find the link to apply for internships. We also offer scholarships every year. We have $50,000 annually in scholarships for rising juniors and seniors in college that are pursuing careers in the music industry. I'm a broken record. Check out our website.
We're also posting it on the chat as well. So
perfect.
you can click on those links. Perfect.
So there's that as well. And then, of course, volunteer opportunities. And we're always looking for volunteers. We have individuals that just want to get more familiar with the industry. And so we are very open to creating project-based opportunities for students, even outside of internships, but recognize that we are a small but mighty team. And so given our capacity, we do create those opportunities as well for our college students.
Right. And one final question. How do we measure our program efficacy?
Great. Yes, we actually do measure, right? So this is important. We talked about in our discussions that Music Forward uses a positive youth development model focusing on 21st century work skills. And so through post-event surveys, we compile data and measure outcomes related to communications, creativity, collaboration. I'm forgetting one there. Oh, and critical thinking. And so within, yeah, being a thinker, like, oh, that's not intuitive to me. So it's really, those are spaces where we are measuring and tracking information. We do an annual alumni survey as well, so we can look at more midterm and long-term outcomes versus our short-term. So we're looking at where our alumni, again, Brandon is a great example, what happens a year out from a program when they engage in another program opportunity, and we're tracking to see how many of our young people are actually able to successfully enter the industry in a chosen career pathway as well.
Right. And I know we talk about that, how we can scaffold our programming from middle school to high school to college and right into work. Brilliant. Well, thank you, Laura. Thank you, programs team. Thank you to our panelists and our community partners that jumped in today. Thanks.
My pleasure.
Please reach out to all of you on the call today. Please reach out to us. Our contact info is on our website. Email us, DM us, as the young people say. We want to hear from you. Again, our internships are open right now. Thank you to our funders, foundations, and individual donors, House of Blues, Live Nation, for your continued support and partnership. A big thank you to our educators on the call. You are our frontline heroes. We are committed to working today and every day to uproot systemic racism, to increase opportunity, access, knowledge, and the resources for youth to follow their dreams and use their diverse perspectives and their voices to change the world for the better. Together we can and we will build a sound future. Please be well, take care, and rock on. Thank you.
So tied to you, I'm so tied to you, so tired of you, but I know what you do. So tied to you, I'm so tied to you, so tired of you, but I know what you do. So tired, know it's so wrong, but I wanna feel right. I'm so vulnerable, naive, and I'm sure we're sure. Cause I ain't never had nobody love me like the way you do. I found myself obsessed with the idea of being loved by you. I never thought I would fall so hard to keep you in my arms. Now I'm tearing me apart. I'm so far just to separate my heart. I don't know why, but I'm so tied to you. I'm so tied to you. So tired of you. But I know what you do. So tied to you. I'm so tied to you. So tired of you. But I know what you do. It's all fun and games till you fall in love. It's all fun and games till you're tired of. Trapped in your quicksand, fighting your enemy, yeah. Oh, I just wanted to feel love, not to get tired of. Never could imagine I'd stay there. Man, ain't fair, it ain't fair. about you.